Hi, I'm Phyllis from the Doll Corner and welcome to my channel. And today I want to show you how to make a quick and little cape for your doll. It's kind of cute. It could be reversible or you can make it up singly. But I thought it turned out kind of cute. So we don't need my basic doll pattern book today. We're just going to make our own pattern. But if you want to check out my basic patterns, go to my Etsy shop. I'll leave a link below. So what I want to do is show you how I draw my pattern. And we're going to need some measurements. And this is about, I'm going to make it about 7.5 inches long. So I've got this line at the bottom, and this line at the bottom, and this one at the top, and that's 7.5 inches. And that'll be the length of my, now you need a measurement around her arms because they stick out a little ways. So I'm going to leave an ease of about 13 inches there. But I'm going to leave also another 1/2 inch. So I'll make it 13 inches. 13.5 inches I'll want for around it. Now from here down to where I measured took that measurement, it's 4 inches. And my neckline, my neck is 4 inches, so I want about an inch for a quarter of the way around. And the shoulder is about 1.5 inches. So when I've got these, this is my length, and this is the 4 inches from here down to where I took that measurement. And now I'm going to fold this in half. And I'm going to go in an inch for the neckline and 1.5 inches for the shoulder. Now for this, I'm just going to shape this around. This is the back, so you don't want it too low. And at this mark here, 13, so 4 3/4 inches is, 3 3/4 inches is, we're going to put a mark here. And now I'm just going to slope that in a little bit. And from here to the base, I'm just going to go out about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, just a nice slope, just a bit of so that's my pattern. It's that easy to do. And then I cut it out and it looks like this. And I will cut one on the fold like this. And this is my back. Now for the front, I have the opening. So I want to make sure I have enough to turn in at the front here. So I'm going out 1/4 inch, maybe 1/2 inch, depending on the fabric I'm using. And then I'm going to lower, so I have 1/2 inch here, and this is where my back neckline is. I'm just going to bring this down another 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 an inch, depending on the size of the doll's neck. Those are measurements you just sort of have to work with. But I'm coming down about a 1/4 of an inch for this doll. So that's my pattern. I'll cut one on the fold for the back, and I'll cut 2 for the front. So I'll have 3 pieces. And this one, I sewed it, the side seams up. I serged them, and I used a darker thread so you could tell. Then I serged all the way around the whole thing. And being I've serged it, I just turned it in one turn and stitched it. But if you want, you can just leave it and just turn it in once and then turn it over again and make a nice little neat hem all the way around and around the neckline. And it's finished except for something to close it with at the top. So that's really easy. And if you want to line it like this one or make it double or reversible, I guess I should say, I've sewn this together. And this is my lining. Now this one wouldn't be reversible with this lining because just match up your seams at your neck, put some pins in it as you go, all the way around. Now these 2 fabrics are not going to go together. These are just for demonstration because one is a stretch and the other one is quite a hard. So anyway, with that said, we're not putting this one together. And I left an opening in here so that we can turn it. And after it's all sewed all the way around, and this one I have it sewn all the way around, and I left my opening here, and now we'll turn it, leaving those and you should clip the corners quite close when you're turning them in, so it leaves you a neater corner that you don't have so much bulk. And then take a chopstick or whatever you find that you have that's handy. I use a chopstick a lot of the time for things like this. And I will stitch up this. If it's just for a a little girl's play thing, I would just sew this up with the machine. But if I'm making it reversible or I want to make a neater job, I will hand stitch that seam closed. It's a pretty small seam, so it doesn't really take too long to do that. And then I give it a good press, and I will top stitch it all the way around. And like this one, I have top stitched it around, and I put 2 little buttons on the top, and I made a little loop with elastic. And it holds it together. Now I use this for some of my own tops that I have an opening here and it doesn't want to stay up nice. There's not enough interfacing or something behind them. I'll just put a couple little buttons and put a little loop there around each button, and it works well. So that's how easy it is to make a little top or a little cape for your doll. Just a few measurements and a little piece of paper, and there you have it. And you can check out my basic doll pattern at my Etsy shop, and the link will be below. And please subscribe, touch the bell to be notified, and follow me on Instagram. Thanks for watching. Bye now.